Good morning. Welcome to Planet Chaos. I am your host, Brandyn Chaos. With me on the phone once again is Ed Giggity.
Giggity giggity.
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo now too. What the hell? Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me adjust this. I don't know what's going on here. Is that better?
Yeah, it's a lot better.
That's weird that you're hearing that. Oh well. So, there's a lot going on. I don't even know where the fuck to begin, honestly. I made some more upgrades to the studio. So I'm excited about that.
Awesome.
Yeah. I got a boom arm stand for my mic. One of those ones that's, attached to the desk so I could move it like they have in radio stations. Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. And you won't be able to hear it right now because it's not going through the phone, but I've got a soundboard set up with sound effects right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, see, you won't be able to hear them until you listen to the replay, but there's sound effects now. Yeah. So how was your week, man?
Week was pretty cool, pretty chill.
Yeah.
Went up to the lake, like I said I was going to do Sunday with Lauren. That was good, and then we forgot to bring the stuff up that her dad wanted, so I went back up there with the boys. Spent all day Monday there. Then other than that, the rest of the week was chill. It got cold and rainy, so I was stuck in the house with my minions again.
You were up there last weekend and this weekend?
Yeah, we went up there this Sunday for a cookout.
Okay. How was it?
Oh, it was great. It was chilly. Oh, you know what?
It's fucking cold today, man.
Yeah, it's first world chilly. It wasn't really chilly. It was hoodie weather, maybe. I mean, it's nowhere near winter, but it sucked because there was a cold breeze coming off the lake.
I hate that. So you actually got out and did something fun for once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy. I don't know what to do with myself.
It doesn't happen very often.
It's just not. Yeah, I even went to the ledges Monday. It was cool.
You went
A lot
where?
of people out there. To the ledges.
Oh, the ledges.
Up and down some ledges, yeah.
I can't tell you the last time I was there. It's been a long time. I know.
Oh, it's still great.
I know that the quarry is someplace I really want to steer clear of these days.
I was actually talking to a couple and some kids that they actually opened the quarry up for camping, but you can't go swimming yet.
Yeah. But yet somebody already drowned there this season.
Yeah, I saw that a day or two later.
Yeah. Probably some
maybe
asshole that did too many drugs and
around.
fell in.
I saw that. I'm like, I was just there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, the ledges never change. You got, the normal people. You got the city people. You got the hippie kids getting high in the caves and shit.
Yeah.
I was running into it. I had these poor kids who were super paranoid. I was sitting there, I'm like, man, you guys smell that skunk? There's a skunk. I smell it. I was going, and they're all big wide-eyed. I'm like, do you guys smell a skunk? They're like, no, man, we don't smell nothing, man. I'm like, man, it smells really skunky. A whole ounce of a skunk was smashed over here somewhere. And one of the kids was laughing. Other two were just terrible. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm like, you fucking pothead. That's what you do. You go to the ledges for a cheap date and make out cocktails and smoke the weed. That's what you do. That's what the ledges are. Anyone who thinks otherwise is not fun.
Yeah. So, do we even want to bring up what's going on right now?
We have to.
We have to.
You know we have to.
Yeah. I have so many rants prepared in my head, shit I want to say, but you know, you're going to piss off one side or the other no matter what you say, right?
It's a lose-lose.
Yeah.
Lauren and I actually stayed up and like debated this whole thing until like 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like about 2:30 last night. And it's like, you know, we hardly ever talk to each other too much. You know, we're married and we've been together 10 years. We don't have much to say to each other.
Yeah.
Unless we argue over something stupid. And then but yeah, it's very dividing because her and I have different opinions on it too.
What's her opinion on it? I'd like to hear that.
I don't want to speak for her, but basically she says everything is just fine with what everyone's doing. It's just fine.
What's your take on it?
No, I don't think it's fine at all. Not at all.
Okay.
I understand the hatred. I understand the sentiment behind it. But when you go to the lengths of being destructive and violent, then you're just proving that the stigma that your group of people are violent. You're making everyone look bad. It's just you're putting it out there that you're going to riot and destroy things, and you're going up against there's businesses, black businesses, white businesses, Asian businesses, all businesses. They had nothing to do with what happened. It was all cops. You want to go burn down a police station? I don't care. You burn a police station to the ground. I'm still mad about a ticket I got back in Niles like years ago for parking the wrong way on a street.
Here's my take on that.
They can protect
though.
themselves.
Here's my take on that. You know, and it's something that we've seen with these riots as well. It's not an entire organization that you should be mad at. Okay? Especially since, you know, the police force, there is no national organization of police. Every department in every city, town, village, whatever, is a completely different organization. You're not mad at police. You're mad at individuals. That's the big thing. Like, okay, you should be pissed at this cop. You know, they were rioting in Minneapolis, and then someone had exposed what his address was, so then they started protesting outside of his house. Now, that's the right approach. You know, because it's not all police that you should be mad at. It's the officer that was involved. That's who you should be mad at.
I also think that there shouldn't be riots and protests, whatever, in other cities. Just like you said.
Yeah.
It's not... like in Youngstown today. You heard about him in Youngstown, right?
Huh?
They had a peaceful protest in Youngstown today.
Yeah.
Started out good. They had speeches and stuff. Even Tim Ryan showed up and talked. He was like, I love seeing all you guys together. You guys are right. You know?
I thought that motherfucker was in Washington right now.
No, he's not in Washington. Washington's fucking real. He is not want to be anywhere near what. They put Trump in a bunker.
Yeah.
I saw that before the show. I was reading on my phone. They put Trump in a bunker. He said, fuck this shit, I'm out. Put me in that big bunker I see in the movies.
He's finally catching the real heat right now.
Yeah. But anyways, you shouldn't be protesting in Youngstown. You should, and what happened was, like, most of these protesters left, and there was a few of them that stopped. They marched through town, and a couple windows got broken in somewhere. They blocked an entire intersection and wouldn't let anyone through, and someone actually charged through them. Luckily, they were smart enough to move. I saw a video of a guy just said, fuck it, I'm going through.
Well, you know...
I can't honestly... You can't... That's not a way to protest. You don't block someone just trying to get home because of what a cop did. Someone had nothing to do with. They're protesting and damaging and hurting the wrong people. And when you do that, you're creating a stigma towards yourself for protest. Why are the cops so angry? Why are they so serious? Why are they so serious right now? We're just protesting. Because every other protest that started off peaceful has turned violent. So why not get ahead of it?
Yeah.
That's what this is doing. It's a whole domino effect.
And
one thing causes this, causes this, causes that, and it keeps going in a big circle, and nothing ever changes because of it.
And the reason why these protests are happening all over the country is because, you know, this whole situation, it's going to bring on some sort of change. And everybody wants to feel like they're somehow involved. Everybody wants to feel like they did their part. And then you have the white guilt people who, you know, they want to show solidarity. They want to show that they're, you know, on the side of their black brothers and sisters, you know. So that's why it's going on. You know, the white people that are showing up and taking part of this are saying, hey, we're not like those white people. You know, we're different. We're with you guys.
I say my advice, anybody, don't even go to riots. Don't go to protests. Don't go anywhere near that. If you choose to go near that, you're putting yourself in danger. Just like I saw this little girl this little girl got maced or tear gassed or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that.
And they showed it. And I'm like,
that was in Tampa, wasn't it?
You shouldn't be mad at the cops. You should be, I don't know where it was, honestly.
I think it was Tampa.
I forget what city. I read it last night. But you should not have brought your 10-year-old, 9-year-old daughter to a darn protest.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have done it. You shouldn't have. That has nothing to do with her. She's a baby. She's a kid. What you should do with her is just to teach her not to be like that. That's what you can do to help out.
Yeah.
You cannot change racism right now. You can only change it with the next generation.
Well,
like I think we talked about. Did we talk about this a couple weeks ago?
I don't think you could change racism at all.
No,
because like I said, it's not a group. It's individuals, you know, and some of it is life experience that they learn. Yeah,
that's the thing.
But the thing is, with these racists, they're individuals. Some of them end up finding their way into a group, but you know, you don't see them going out and committing mass murders. Because they know that they're outnumbered.
Oh, yeah.
You know? They know that they're outnumbered. You know, they know they can't just walk into the hood and just start shooting random black people because they're not going to make it out alive. They're cowards.
I think half the time when somebody calls someone racist, that they're really not a racist. Like, there should be different levels of racism. Everybody's racist in their own way. Everyone's racist in their own way. It's not. It's a spectrum. It's not
corrected you on
thing,
this before.
No pun intended.
You know, racism is absolute hatred against somebody just because of the color of their skin.
Exactly.
You know, there's a difference between racism and prejudice. I think everybody, regardless of their skin color, is somewhat prejudiced, you know?
Exactly. That's one of the things that people don't realize. They want to call someone that says, oh, I don't want that kind of person around me. So, oh, you're a racist. No, I'm not. I just don't want that kind of person around me because I'm not taking the chance. That's just prejudice and life lesson and observation. That's what your brain is used for.
It's kind of like me saying, I'm not going to take my kids to a county fair because I don't want them to be around carny folk.
Yeah, same thing. That is a form of prejudice. Assuming all carnies are weird child molesters with 3 nipples.
Meth addicts.
You know, people always base their opinions on 1, what they know, 2, what they think they know, and 3, what they see. And your brain takes all those factors in and makes a conclusion. It doesn't mean you wake up in the morning wanting to, like you said, with absolute hatred towards a certain race. It's how you observe someone, how they act, how you think they're going to... It's all like a fight or flight thing. It's evolution. It happens. There's people that are just never really been around minorities that are scared of them because of what they've heard on TV. That doesn't mean that they're a racist. They're just going by the information they have.
Are you defending racists here?
No, I'm not defending racists. I'm defending people that get called racist that aren't really racists. That is either ignorance or prejudice. Racism, being a racist is a super hard view on things.
Okay, so this cop, do you think he's a racist?
I don't know.
That's a big thing here.
I don't know enough. I will honestly say I don't know enough. All I do know is that he put his knee on the back of that guy's neck and held him down for a reason. Because I don't know what happened before that. The only thing I've seen is that guy's... Now, the autopsy came out. Did you hear about the autopsy of that guy?
Yeah, I heard about it.
It turns out that he died of heart arrhythmia or something like that. It was something wrong with his heart and stuff. Like he panicked and, that it wasn't
did you hear
from
this?
asphyxiation.
The cop and this George Floyd knew each other. They had worked together doing security at a nightclub. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't know they knew each other.
Yeah. So that came out, and it's possible that this cop knew about this heart condition and knew exactly what to do to make it look like it wasn't a murder.
I don't know how you can make it look like it wasn't a murder, but when he had his knee on the back of his head, when someone says I can't breathe, I mean, take a little pressure off. Because I have not seen or heard
three motherfuckers
myself.
on him.
I only saw one. The only one I saw was the one guy.
There was
but
three guys
on him. What happened before that for 40 people to be on him? He was a big dude,
He was a big guy.
I don't know if he was fighting. I haven't seen any video prior to just that dude with a knee in his back. Or his knee in the back of his neck. Me personally.
Yeah,
And I don't know if we're ever going to know the real story. What happened before that? Only thing I heard was that he was trying to pass counterfeit money.
Yeah, that's the story.
How do you go from just trying to pass bills to getting wrestled and tackled and put on the ground and have 3 cops on you?
Well, how did Eric Garner go from selling Lucy's to getting choked out on the street?
Exactly. How does it escalate to that point? That's the thing that they have to look at. What caused this to escalate?
Well, some people think they're going to be a hard ass and try to take on a cop, not realizing that their buddies are going to show up to defend them.
Yeah. It's a lose-lose on both sides. The cops can't defend it because someone died and it was taped and it happened to be a white cop on the back of a black guy.
Yeah.
That's a lose-lose for him. And on the other side, why was he trying to pass fake bills? Why are you in there? Why are you putting yourself in that
Maybe
situation?
he spent all his stimulus money. He's
you
low
know?
on cash right now.
But it's against the law.
Yeah.
Like, if you would have just said, I'm sorry, hands behind your back, sit still, things like this wouldn't escalate. It's a cultural thing on both sides. That's the thing that sucks.
What do you mean a cultural thing on both sides?
It's a cultural. Cops have it in their mindset that if anyone resists a tiny bit, that it's going to escalate and it's dangerous to them because of things that happened in the past.
Yeah.
Being a cop is very dangerous. Like we said 2 weeks ago, it's a very dangerous and stressful job.
Yeah.
People are overreacting because they're tense right now.
Yeah.
And it's in their heads that I got to protect myself. I got to protect my family, Now this situation here with the knee on the neck, I don't see why he had it on there too long. I really can't see.
9 minutes.
But you don't know what happened. But you don't know what happened before that. I know a cop is not going to wrestle you down and put a knee in the back of your neck like that for 9-10 minutes if there wasn't something leading up to it. You know?
Well, where's the
you don't
video
get arrested.
of that?
Yeah, exactly. You don't get arrested for passing fake cash and it turned into a knee to the back of the neck for 9 minutes. You know? That's anger.
It could also be...
I had to work. I had to wrestle with you. We took 4 of us to put you down. It was... Something led up to that, is what I'm saying. Is it right he got killed? No. He should not be dead. That cop shouldn't have had his knee in the back of his neck. But in another sense, whatever happened before that probably shouldn't have happened either.
Well,
it's both. It's both. He paid the ultimate price with his life, which should never have happened.
I mean,
and now that cop.
Have you heard though?
This
cop has had, I think, 15 excessive force claims on him. So maybe this guy wasn't resisting.
There was more than one cop there, though. It wasn't just him.
Yeah, he outranked those other guys, though. They were just kind of following his lead. Do you think those guys will be charged?
If they are, I don't think they should be. I really don't. Because, like you said, if they're outranked, they're following orders. Even if they say, "Hey, get off them," it's a rank thing. It's too hard. It was
They've
too
already been
you
fired.
You can't blame. I know. But like I said, we don't know everything that happened before that, during that. There's got to be body cam footage. There's got to be.
I didn't see any of those guys wearing body cameras.
I mean, major city cops have to. How the Campbell cops have body cams? In our small town, how the hell can Minneapolis not afford body cams?
I don't know.
Even a dashboard cam, something. There's got to be a record of what happened besides a cell phone video of a knee to the back of the head. There's got to be something before that.
You know what kind of alarms me is the fact that it only took them 4 days to arrest this guy. That's a short amount of time for, an really officer-involved killing. Because, there's usually 2 separate investigations whenever there's a officer-involved killing. Internal affairs, and then the department itself also investigates. And in this case, there was a third investigation. It was the FBI.
Oh, yeah.
So, in that time, there was 3 investigations conducted, plus a prosecutor was able to put together a case for murder 3, and a judge signed off on an arrest warrant.
Yeah, and then grand jury already chose to indict them. So the city of Minneapolis, they're getting shit on right now, but just like you said, they really acted on it quick.
Yeah. But, like I said, I find that alarming, especially when you have a prosecutor who has not had a good track record as far as prosecuting police officers. So the whole thing, it worries me that this prosecutor is not going to be able to get a conviction here.
Oh, you think he just rushed it to make it look good, and then once it finally hits court...
No, they rushed it because of public outcry, but I don't think it's enough time for this prosecutor to make his case. Because this guy is going to want a speedy trial. He's all cocky. He's going to think, he's thinking he's going to get off. He's already saying he's not going to cooperate. He's already playing games. threatening suicide just so he can get into protective custody. And
I heard that they're all pleading the fifth, too.
Yeah, well, innocent people don't plead the fifth, okay? Plus, you hear about this whole thing about his wife filing for divorce.
Oh, I saw it. His wife is Asian, too.
Yeah, and you know about that, right? How criminals have done that in the past. Because, even if, whether or not he's convicted, there's going to be a civil case. George Floyd's family is going to sue him. So his wife files for divorce. They put all the assets in her name.
Yeah, that's the same
Can't
thing.
Can't sue a guy that's got nothing.
Can't scream blood from a stone.
Yeah. So this guy's already playing games. This prosecutor, he's got a lot hanging on this.
It's dividing the whole country.
Yeah.
And everyone's falling for it. Everyone's falling for it too. And it's everyone is cooped up and pissed off being quarantined for a few months. We opened the country for 1 fucking week, and look what happens. Look what happens when everyone gets let out of quarantine. This is what happens. The fucking half the country's burning right now.
Yep.
And that makes it really hard for people look, the first 3 months of this year was, it was fucked up because of Corona, but how many people died, of non-Corona? How many mass shootings have there been? How many police...
You can't have mass shootings when there's no masses.
Exactly. So it's one of those things where you question, are we being, as much freedom as we have in the United States? Is that really smart? Or can we handle that responsibility? Right now, we're proving we can't. We're like children getting let off of being grounded, and the first week of being on ground, we're already grounded again.
Yeah.
There's a curfew in my town. I had to hurry up and rush home from Geneva tonight because I want to make sure I was home by 9 o'clock. We were going to have fireworks up there at the lake and come home late, But we didn't because I learned on looking on Facebook, I have a curfew now. We just got ungrounded. Now because you guys fucked up, I'm grounded again.
How strict are these curfews, though?
The way the Campbells put it, if you're out past 9, then you're just in trouble.
Really?
That no one's allowed out past 9 o'clock. The police will be out patrolling. I've seen a cop. I've been watching out the window here, and I've seen a cop car go by my little neighborhood. You've been to my house, Cops already patrol my neighborhood. They don't really care too much. And so I've seen a cop go by twice.
Huh.
Now, and I tell you what, tonight I'm staying up all night. I'm pulling all nighter tonight.
Why?
I'm not chancing it. Because I want no idiots. If I hear anyone coming down the street, if I hear a large group of people, I'm going right for the front door and watching them and making sure every single person walks by my house and doesn't stop and dawdle or anything. I am not chancing.
What are you afraid of?
It only takes one stupid person to throw a rock at someone's house, and then everyone else is going to start throwing rocks at people's house, and that's how it starts.
You really think people are going to do that, though?
I don't know. I can't take that chance. I've seen the news. I've been watching tapes on Reddit videos all day on Reddit of police doing that, people starting riots, people just breaking stuff for no reason. When people are angry and pent up like this, you don't know the stupid shit they're going to do.
Yeah,
you don't know. I don't trust people. I don't
see anybody doing anything stupid like that. The problems are all going to be concentrated to the city. You're not going to have issues in the suburbs.
They had posts specifically targeting suburbs.
No.
That they're supposed to go out tonight and target suburbs now, not just the cities.
Doing what? Fucking up people's houses? They're not going to do that.
Yeah, mess up people's businesses and protesting at the police stations and whatnot.
People aren't going to put up with that shit.
From
Everybody, especially in the suburbs, they have their doorbell cameras. There's a lot of people who are going to go to jail if that happens. And they're not that stupid.
I don't know. Everybody has masks now.
No, it's all going to be in the cities.
I hope so, but I'm not. I can't take chances. I got 4 kids. I'm not going to take chances.
I know.
You know. And I don't like the feeling at all. I don't like being on defense. I'd rather be on offense. But I'm stuck to being on defense tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wish people would just chill. Like, who has that kind of time to be that pissed off about something like this, you know? Like,
you know, I understand the anger, and I completely understand anger. If I saw my type of people like me, being murdered by a system that we're supposed to follow, but they're not following their rules, you know, I see it. I understand the anger. It's just the outlet of anger I don't agree with. I agree they should be angry. It angers me, and I'm not black, so, and it angers me too, but as a white person, I know how to shut the hell up and not go near any of these rallies or protests or show support or whatever, because it's not my fight, because I can't relate to it 100%. I can understand it, but I can't relate to it 100%. Neither of us can.
oh yeah.
That's like my sister-in-law. She was talking about her friend that was going down to, they were going to do that today with a couple gallons of milk and bottles of water to help support. I'm like, no, you tell her do not, and she's a little girl, do not go there. You tell her to stop and turn around. She has no reason to be down there in that. None. Our buddy from the Service Monkeys was down there casting live. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like, the whole time I was like, dude, like, I understand.
He was down there with your boy.
Get out of there. Which one? With who?
Your boy.
Fat Brandon?
No, the other one.
Darius?
Yeah.
I didn't see anything from him. He has to be blocked. I don't care.
He's got you blocked, yeah.
Yeah, he can be down there. That is his fight. He can be down there. He just burnt bridges a couple weeks ago over stuff like this. Well, I understand it. He can be angry. But no, because that's his fight. It's not my fight. It's not our fight. It's their fight. We have no business being anywhere near. If you're white, you have no business being near there. None.
You don't think that they need allies, though? I mean, they're fighting racism, so there should be white people in their corner too, right?
White people can be in their corner, but we can support them in different ways. They don't need to be down there and being in the middle of all that. We can support them by raising our kids not to be racist, by practicing non-racist practices in our lives. It's how we can do it. Protesting and knowing that it's going to blow up like that, you stay away from it. Because all it's going to take is someone that's really angry at white people to see the white color of your skin and just beat the hell out of you and end it. Do you remember the LA riots when we were kids?
Yeah. April of 92.
Denny?
Huh?
You remember Reginald Denny?
No.
Reginald Denny, I think Reginald, something like that, Denny. He was a white truck driver. All he did was
white guy named Reginald?
Yeah, he was a white guy, and they pulled him out of his truck and beat the shit out of him and busted him over the head with a brick.
Yeah, kill Whitey.
Yeah. Yeah. So, me being whitey, I'm not going near there.
You're not just whitey, you're super whitey. You're like Casper the Friendly Ghost white.
No, man, I got a good base tan on me. I'm pretty tanned up right now from being up there.
I'm not talking about your skin color there, buddy.
I'm saying right now,
talking about your culture.
We as white people have no business being at their protest and at the looting and all that stuff. If it was just a simple protest, yeah. But what Minneapolis proved and everything that's going on in Minneapolis right now with the rioting and whatnot, as soon as you see that and you see all these other quote unquote peaceful protests that have been blowing up, don't go near it. Just don't go near it. Let it go. Let them get their frustrations out Let them do what they got to do. Support it in a different way. Because if you put yourself in that position, if you go near these protests that you know are going to turn violent, that makes you just as much fault if you get hurt by anyone. Police or rioters alike. Or looters or whatever.
Yeah. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about the whole thing. You know, every aspect of this. I have mixed feelings about it.
It's a lose-lose on all sides.
Well, yeah.
It's a lose-lose situation for everyone. It's not of who's right, who's wrong, what's right, what's wrong. It's a loss on all sides. It's a loss for all of us as a national, as a country, as a people. It's a loss for everybody. Everybody's coming out of this looking bad. There are no winners in this game, only losers.
You know, I've said this before, but I think it still rings true today, especially now more than ever. But years ago on the show, I said, you know, and I had a black co-host at the time, and I said that, you know, if black people really want the system that we know it to change, they need to start becoming cops. They need to start becoming prosecutors, judges, politicians. Because the best way to change the system is to infiltrate it.
Yeah.
The system has already been infiltrated by white supremacists. You know, I'm sure there's cops and judges and prosecutors that are KKK members. You know, the one we just talked about recently, that fucking hillbilly down in Georgia.
Yeah.
You know, that guy was a district attorney. He was a prosecutor. You know, that you can't tell me that guy doesn't have a Klan hood hanging up in his home. So I bet you he does. You know, if you want the system to change, you have to infiltrate it from the inside. Yes,
protesting does help. It does, but once it turned to violence, that's where you guys. That's where the foothold lost, and that's where that hard line started forming. Is once the rioting, looting, destruction, once the protests turned from peaceful to violent, that's when it made a loss. Yes. You had it in the first half. You had a good first half. You were right up until that part, and you're still right. But now the message is muddied because of all the violence.
You know, and now they're saying...
It's hard to justify that. It's hard to justify. I understand the anger. I understand lashing out. I have children. I see them do it. When I ground them, they lash out and throw things against the wall, and kick the bed and break things. I see it. It's a childish thing to do.
And now a lot of these cities are saying that the ones that are instigating the violence are outsiders. They're people who are coming from out of town or out of state or whatever that are being the ones that are kind of kicking off the violence, and then the whole mob mentality kicks in, like, oh, that guy threw a brick through the window of Target, I'm going to throw a brick through the other window. And it just kind of escalates from there.
I don't doubt that at all. I think it is triggered. And I really think there probably are real racists and white supremacists that are doing it to make them look bad, to muddy the waters. And they fell for it. They fell for it hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, I saw a video that one of the guys that started was a white guy in a gas mask. And one guy's like, I know you. You're a cop. Aren't you a cop? And he took off.
Oh, yeah.
Like he did everything he could.
In Minneapolis, they're saying that the riots were started by a St. Paul cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That he kicked everything off. Yeah. And same thing with in Youngstown today. They said it was a small group that came after the first protest that started breaking stuff and blocking traffic and all that. There's gonna be peaceful protesters and there's gonna be radical protesters.
Well, yeah.
Just like Islamic terrorists. 90%, 99% of Islam people are peaceful, caring, that would not be violent. But then there's that 1% that wants to blow some things up.
I don't even know if it's 1%. It's probably lower than that.
It probably is low. I just, quick math off the top of my head. It's the one bad apple spoils the bunch, and you try to teach yourself one bad apple don't spoil the bunch. You try to, but when you see it, it's like you get used to it. You think, wow, they're all terrorists,
Yeah.
Even though there's only a handful. And it goes the same with racism and prejudice. That's how it starts. When you're a middle American white person that rarely has any contact with minorities, and you turn on the news and you see black people rioting and destroying stuff that people of all colors work hard, you're going to get a negative opinion of them.
So you're saying it's the media?
The media does have a foot in it, but the media doesn't make this. They report on what's going on. Heck, the guy from CNN, he was black and got arrested for reporting. Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that.
News report. He got arrested. He was with the press. He was CNN, live on CNN. Nah, we're arresting him. Like,
people from the press get arrested all the time.
Like, you can't see that camera? Like, I don't know if it almost looked a little bit staged to me. But if it wasn't staged,
people from the media get arrested all the time.
Those cops?
I was years ago. I was covering the story with the 3 girls that were kidnapped in Cleveland.
Oh yeah,
I was covering that story the day it happened, and being down there.
Are you gonna quote that guy?
Huh?
Are you gonna quote the guy that found him?
Oh yeah, Charles Ramsey. Yeah, I interviewed him.
Said?
Huh?
Remember the famous line he said?
Dead giveaway.
It was a dead giveaway. Something's wrong because when a little white girl runs right into a black man's arms, hugs him saying, "You need to save me."
Dead
That's
giveaway.
How I knew something was wrong.
Yeah.
The dead giveaway. Once again, there was a situation based on skin color and observation.
Oh, he was
and
just being funny.
Because he knew that a little white girl isn't going to run to a black man's arms when she's in trouble.
He was just being funny.
That's how he knew something was wrong.
No, but I was down there, and it was madness down there with all the press trying to get in. Everybody wanted to get the exclusives with Amanda, Gina, and Michelle. And the cops were there, of course. Like when I had gotten there, Ariel Castro wasn't even back yet. Because if you remember, he left to go to the store, and that was when Amanda and her daughter broke out of the house. And so when the press and the police the press was a lot of us were there before the police even got there. But Castro still wasn't back. So there was a lot of this, we need to spread everybody out so we don't spook this guy. We want him to come back to the house, and they were threatening to arrest members of the media because we wouldn't disperse.
Yeah.
And I was one of those members of the media.
Situation, though.
Huh?
That's if they haven't caught the guy, so we need to know.
Well, but still,
the situation is much different.
It's a cutthroat business, and everybody wants to be in and get the exclusive. We want to be right in the middle of the action. I mean, look at Anderson Cooper. You know about that guy?
Yeah.
Anderson Cooper. This dude worked for Channel 1 News. You remember Channel 1 News?
Oh, from school?
Yeah, they broadcast in school, yeah. So Anderson Cooper was working for Channel 1 News, and just one day decided he wanted to just travel to all these war-torn countries and do news reports and send them back to Channel 1. And that's what he did. He was no longer really working for them. He was doing this on his own because they couldn't have that kind of insurance liability sending an employee over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he his mother's really wealthy. I can't remember what she does, but she's incredibly wealthy. I can't remember if he got a loan from her for everything, but the videos that he was sending back to Channel 1, they were paying him for. But this dude, he got to where he is because that's what he did. He went in there in these war-torn countries and, almost got himself killed plenty of times. And, that's why he's got the position that he's got.
Yeah.
So, a lot of these members of the media put themselves in grave danger to get the exclusives that they get.
He did a hell of a job.
And that's why I tell people to fuck off when they diss the media.
I can't believe it was live. Like, if you're going to arrest a reporter, arrest them when the camera's off, wait till that camera turns off and then arrest them, because those cops are going to be in big trouble if they ever figure out who they are.
I'm sure they already are.
Cops in Seattle were caught covering their badge numbers with tape. So if there was any pictures of them, they couldn't be identified. It's just so crazy right now with all this. And all these cities that's happening in, it like you said, be mad at Minneapolis. Be mad at that cop. Not all cops around the country. The chief from Flint, nothing's going to happen in Flint, because he came out and said, this is bullshit too. We agree with you 100%. We're not going to prevent you from marching. We're going to march with you. And they all got in with the crowd and marched with them instead of trying to hold them back.
Good for them.
And as far as I know, nothing's happened in Flint so far.
Yeah, good for them.
I saw that speech online. It was a good speech. I don't remember it word for word, but basically what he said was it's ridiculous too.
Yeah.
We don't want to hurt you. We're here to serve and protect you, not to kill you guys,
Yep. All right. Well, we're going to take a little bit of a break, and then we'll be right back. Stay tuned. So, any changes?
Nope. Everything's so crazy and fucked up.
Yeah.
No changes.
8:30 p.m. Curfew in Youngstown tonight. Did you see that?
Yeah. See? Yeah.
Well, did you see the mayor announced it at like 8?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, how are you going to announce an 8:30 curfew like a half hour before?
That's some strict ass parent shit right there.
Yeah.
It's like they know you're an hour away, but you got to be home in a half hour just so you get in trouble.
Yeah. It's bullshit.
I mean, I knew about the 9 o'clock Camel thing, I want to say around like 5-ish, I think is when I saw that. And that's when we had to, that's when we rushed to get out of, all the way from Geneva.
Yeah.
But and the only reason why, and honestly, the only reason why I knew that is because I was in a group. I'm in the Camels, like the local Camel City group on Facebook. Yeah. I was just randomly checking my phone after dinner, And if it wasn't for that, I would have no idea. I would probably been arrested on the way home tonight.
I'd be like, fuck you, dude. I was out of town. I'm on my way home.
Look, there's fucking leftover burgers and shit in the back of my car.
Yeah.
It's a totally mess. Everything is fucked right now. Like I was saying earlier, we were grounded for a few months, and they finally let us out of grounding, and a week later, everybody just fucked it up for everybody again.
Yeah. You didn't want to stay home. You were protesting to lift the lockdown, And then now you're going to get us locked down again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one thing I want to go over real quick before we move on from this.
Okay.
Is I think it's unfair to compare the protests the week before. That everyone, remember the people that were protesting, the mask wearing and all that, and tearing and all that?
Yeah.
And how they were saying cops weren't beating them or doing that. Like,
Okay.
do they realize that's a totally different issue? That's not an emotionally charged issue. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's apples and oranges. I don't think these two protests have anything to do with each other.
It's, I think it's more of how the president treated those people compared to these people.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that is such different.
The
That didn't
rednecks
help at
that
all.
were protesting, what do you say? They're very nice people or very good people or something like that. But yet the people protesting now, he called them thugs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a.
And because they're rioting and damage, they put fuel on the fire and gave them reason to.
Yeah,
That's the big difference. And plus, the whole "I don't wear a mask" thing is a baby fit. It was a bunch of babies throwing a baby fit. It wasn't an important thing. It wasn't historical. It wasn't important. No one's there. When we get older, we're not going to look back and remember the protest that happened the week before. We're going to remember this one.
why is that?
Because that one was just a bunch of babies that didn't feel like wearing their masks. This was somebody got killed, and cities all across the country were burning and put on curfew and locked down once again.
Yeah,
You know, that wasn't an outrage. That was just a bunch of babies that didn't think they had to wear a mask.
yeah. Those people that hang on every word the president says.
Yeah.
Bunch of sheep. You can't
I
hear
just
it,
realized
but I'm playing a
today-
sheep sound effect right now.
Oh, that's going to be hilarious.
Yeah.
I just realized something today. I was making Lauren mad. I was like, you realize that we're just under like 5 months to 4 more years? And she got so heated, man.
I don't know if he's gonna do another 4 years. If he gets reelected, people are gonna lose their fucking shit, dude.
If he gets reelected, it's because people didn't go out and vote for someone different. That's the problem. It's
true.
not a vote. It's not a vote of who is the best leader of the country. It's the lesser of two evils. It's been like that for how long? For the past. This will be the second year in a row that you're just trying to vote for the lesser of two evils.
Not for me. I voted for Gary Johnson the last 2 times.
Boothead?
Yeah.
See?
Yeah, I
and that's
voted
how
for
Trump
him.
gets reelected.
No. I honestly don't know who I'm voting for at this point.
I'm not. I abstain. I stay out of it.
I didn't vote in the fucking primary because I don't like this whole vote by mail shit. Not like how Trump doesn't like the vote by mail shit. Like I'm not on that, but I just don't like doing it. I'd rather go to the polls. And even if the elections were still held, I wouldn't have gone because of the COVID,
Oh, yeah. Well, by that time next year, it'll be November, so we might hit another season where we're all quarantined again.
Yeah, who knows?
If it
comes down to that, like
2020 has just totally fucked everything. Like, I never thought that 2020 was going to be such a fucked up year.
Okay, we dropped off there, and now we're back. Okay. So what were you saying? 2020 something?
Oh, okay. 2020 has been such a fucking shit show. I have never and what I'm saying is we should have known this was coming. Before it was once a year something horrible happened. Then it was once every 6 months, then every 3 months, and 2 months, and every month, and then it's it's been building to this fucked up stuff. And now 2020 is just, oh my, what a shit show.
Fuck. That time it was my fault. I bumped something. But I see what you're saying.
Human error.
It's been a crazy year. There's no doubt about that.
I'm almost at the point where I'm just fuck it, and I don't care if I'm not quarantined anymore. I don't care if this curfew. I'm not at the point where I'm just fuck it. Let everybody do what I'm saying. I'm going to stay in my little bubble. Because there's so much stupidness and craziness going on. I don't want to get involved in it.
That's where I've been for a while. It's I'm getting older, and I've got a wife and kids. I can't be going out looking for trouble. I can't have trouble coming around looking for me.
You come to a point where it's you don't want to live in constant fear. That's no way to live. No one should ever have to live in constant fear of what's going to happen. But that's where we are right now. Yeah. Am I going to get a virus? Am I going to get in a car accident? Is there going to be a riot? Is the cops going to do this? Is someone going to do this? I hate it. I don't like it. I'm a naturally paranoid person. I don't like being next level paranoid right now. I hate it.
Yeah.
I got into it with a guy at Save-A-Lot yesterday. I went to go pick up stuff for dinner, and the guy in front of me, he bought this older leather vest. I used to be a biker when I was younger, or I think I used to be a biker when I was younger, kind of old dude, 50s,
yeah.
Late
I know
50s.
the type.
Yeah, scraggly, just deep voice, and he got a bunch of stuff, big 12-pack of beer, tiny bit of groceries and a gallon of milk. And she was like, oh, wait a minute, did I scan that milk? And he was the guy's I don't care, it's in my buggy, it's mine now. She's like, no, can I check the receipt, make sure I scanned that, And he's like, are you calling me a thief? I ain't steal nothing. And he pulled out this wad of cash. There was mainly 10s and 5s, really. Yeah. He's like, I got enough money to pay your tuition. And I was already in a shitty mood because I had to go out twice to get shit. And I looked at the guy, and I had my mask on, by the way. He didn't, by the way, which is a shocker, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I said, look, unless you have enough money to pay for a goddamn ambulance, you better shut your mouth, put your money away, and let her see the receipt. You can't talk to me like that. I was like, you must really be betting on the fact that you have enough for an ambulance, aren't you? And I just stepped towards him. He wasn't a very big guy. I was like, and he was like, fine, here's my fucking receipt, and threw it at her. And she said, and because it was a young girl, why would you say, I have enough money to pay your tuition?
That's
I'm like, ignorant. That's an insulting thing to say. She was I don't know if she was Puerto Rican or Cuban, but she was definitely Hispanic. She definitely, she was definitely Hispanic. It's cute, little quiet girl too. And I'm like, what gives you the right to talk down to someone like it? It set me off. And then I was thinking about later. I told Lauren, she yelled at me, of course, for doing it. I can't let you go nowhere. But I'm thinking, that's what's going on. There's so much anger built up in the country right now, and it's just gonna pop. Somebody says one wrong thing, and it's gonna pop. And that's what's going on. There's no way for us to live.
Was this guy standing in line for a long time? Was there a long line in front of him?
Oh, no.
Because I get pissed off when I have to stand in line for too long.
No,
that's my big issue.
There was 3 lines open. There was no more than 2 people per line.
I'm getting to that point where if I go somewhere, I want to be in and out real quick. I don't want to be standing in some long line. I just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to deal with people if I go out either. Like, if I go to a grocery store that has self-checkout, I'm on that shit, man. Fuck your cashiers. People are always like, don't use the self-checkout. You're taking jobs away from people. Fuck them. I want to use the self-checkout so that I don't have to deal with those people. Fuck them.
I call it the maybe checkout. Maybe I pay for it this week. Maybe I don't.
I'm loving these sound effects. You're gonna have to listen to this episode. There's some cool sound effects in here.
I am. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
What?
Cops just flew by with their lights on.
Uh-oh.
So there's something to go on top of the hill, but no, that comes from me. That was crazy. There's cops. I mean, my road. It's not a very big road.
Yeah.
So something must have happened. Holy shit, that was crazy. Probably something stupid. Probably domestic violence. My neighbor's crushed you. The cops called on him.
You live in a white trash neighborhood.
Oh, no, I have sprinkles of trash. It's a whole rainbow of trash. Don't worry. I'm at the border of like what's considered the bad part of town.
Yeah.
That's why I live right on the border. Like once you go like one road to the right or one road to the left, you can see like a distinct difference.
Yeah.
The houses get closer together, the yards get shorter. That's how you can tell.
So, did you happen to see this this message that Anonymous put out there?
Are you talking about the one someone put something about proof that Trump was a pedophile or something like that?
I don't know. I didn't hear about that one, but supposedly they shut down the Minneapolis police website.
Oh, really?
You know who Anonymous is, right?
Yeah, it's the guy that wears the mask from the Vendetta movie.
Well, they're supposedly a hacker group, but I don't think there's any proof that they've ever actually done anything. They just post videos on YouTube with these real cryptic messages. It's really bizarre. It's just, if you want my opinion, I think it's just a bunch of fat nerds hanging out in their parents' basement, and they just figured out how to use Adobe Premiere.
I for one think those hackers are great because you're gonna fuck our show to it. I ain't calling those nerds out. I ain't calling those nerds out just in case, man. Yeah. That's all you.
Fuck them.
I don't know. It's possible they could have.
I don't know. And I guess Antifa put up a tweet tonight. Did you read about that?
What was it?
Hold on, I'm looking for it right now. Let's see. Their account was suspended too.
Who was this?
Antifa.
Oh, Antifa.
Yeah, whatever they're called. Alert. Tonight's the night, comrades. Tonight we say fuck the city and we move into the residential areas, the white hoods, and we take what's ours. Hashtag Black Lives Matter. Hashtag fuck America.
And that's the shit that got Camel shut down. I think that was it right there.
Oh, no.
That was it.
They're a bunch of pussies. They aren't going to do shit. But, their account was suspended.
I thought Antifa was white guys.
Yeah, they are.
Well, what?
Again, a bunch of nerds on the internet. That's all it is.
But then why would they say to take back what the white man took? They're just trying to incite the riot, you think?
They get off watching this shit, you know? They feel like maybe if they suck enough black dick, they'll get an N-word pass. I don't know. Kind of like your one buddy.
Yeah. See, I thought Antifa's weren't they the guys that did that Tiki Torch march like a couple years ago?
No, that was
For
like
white
an
supremacy?
alt-right group.
Oh, alt-right.
Yeah.
I get all those guys confused. I don't know.
And then
I'm
Trump
not
said
very good at following the racist league.
he's declaring Antifa a terrorist group.
Yeah, I did see that.
Well, I mean, if you're putting out tweets like that, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm anti-fascist, which is what Antifa is. I think the majority of America is, but these guys aren't that. They're just people that, you know, get off watching other people destroy things, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of sit back and watch.
I used to be like that. I used to be like, yeah, let it burn. I want to see, you know.
Yeah.
Rioting like this has happened for years, though. It just, you know, it's in forms. Like, remember, like we was talking about the LA riots that happened. Wasn't there another city that rioted a couple years ago?
Ferguson, Missouri.
Ferguson, yeah. Ferguson, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it didn't Flint, when the whole Flint thing first came out, didn't they riot in Flint there, too?
I don't know. I don't remember that one.
I don't know. I would say, as soon as I heard the National Guard called in, I was like, uh-oh. Well, last time I heard about National Guard getting called in for protests was Kent. And we know what happened there.
Well, people are going to fuck around and get themselves killed. You know?
Oh, shit. I thought that was fireworks I just heard. I just heard 3 pops.
Might be fireworks.
Probably fire. Probably some idiot kids had fireworks trying to fuck with people.
Yeah.
It's, you know what, and that's horrible. Like when you're young, like you think it's amusing and funny to do all that, but then like the older you get, like we're at a point now where like, no, that's fucking dumb, because you're gonna get an innocent person hurt or killed, and it's not gonna be funny anymore.
It's always funny until someone gets hurt. Then it's
Funny
hilarious.
games until someone loses an eye.
So what do you got planned for this week?
Oh, let's see. This week, season 4 on Call of Duty comes out Tuesday, so that's all I'll be doing Tuesday.
Oh boy!
Wednesday or Thursday, I'm probably going to mow grass at my mother-in-law's if the people that mow her grass don't do it. Honestly, Lauren and I talk. We're just gonna chill. I went grocery shopping this weekend. I've already gotten all that out of the way. We got no reason to go. We're just not going to push it until everything calms down.
She's got to go to work, though, right?
No, she works from home.
Oh, she's working from home now. Okay.
Yeah, she's working from home now. She actually just got her schedule up there. She works early in the morning now.
Okay.
She actually gets off at 5. So now, like, instead of getting off at 8, she goes off at 5 now. So we actually have dinner and relax after work and be a normal family.
That's pretty cool, though. She got like a home office and shit.
Yeah, she says right in the living room. I hardline the internet because the modem was in the living room. I tried to do it upstairs, but the line that runs upstairs isn't a good internet, and it kept shorting out. So I had to use the dedicated internet line that I had put in downstairs. But you know, she got a desk and a chair. I mean, I guess it's an office.
Yeah. Do the kids
There's
bother
a corner
her?
office right in the corner. No, kids will play Xbox or go outside and play now. It's been warm.
Yeah.
Or I take them somewhere, like let's go to the park, go for a walk, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you purchased anything over the internet, like any crazy shit during this quarantine?
No. Lauren bought a bunch of stuff. Other than that, nothing. No, we really, because we're trying to get a house. We actually went and saw some houses today.
Yeah.
In Niles, but yeah. And like we've been saving our money. We've been pretty chill on money. We've been doing good.
I talked before about like crazy quarantine purchases. Like I bought myself some turntables. Well, this week I decided to buy myself some sunglasses. The wife likes shoes. I like sunglasses. I bought 2 pairs of sunglasses. Got them online.
What kind of sunglasses?
One pair was Armani, and the other pair was Versace.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
You're married. What are you trying to get laid for? That's for people trying to get laid. I don't need that shit. You know what I did do? I forgot to say what I did do this week, which is fucking awesome. I forgot what I did Friday.
You got laid?
Yeah, I got laid too. Okay. But I got a haircut.
What?
And it was awesome. I went to an actual salon. I went out in Sport Clips in Boardman, and I got a haircut. And it's like, my head feels so good. I forgot about that.
I need to get a haircut, but I'm not ready to go out yet.
Like, I was so amazed. Where I went, it was, nobody was in the waiting room. There was only 3 stylists, and they were staggered, and you had to wear your mask the whole time.
Yeah.
And they wore masks, too. So I thought it was pretty safe. But I tell you what, I've never been so happy just to get my hair cut. Like, the feeling of getting my hair cut was like, oh, I feel so much better. Like, I even sprung for the MVP treatment where you get, like, the hot towel, you get, like, the quick massage, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not ready, man. That's another person being too close to me. I don't like that.
I mean, stylists wore gloves and a mask, and I wore a mask, so it was,
Yeah.
But I think, like, I do the hot towel, so if there's any germs on my face, the hot towel will kill it. Yeah. But the hot towel felt so good. Like, it was so awesome. It was great.
Have you?
If we wouldn't have got regrounded, we were really on pace to be back to normal again.
Did you? Have you been doing any weird binge watching during quarantine?
Let's see. We watched Tiger King.
Yeah, you told me about that. We discussed that.
I ended up watching the 2nd season of JoJo's Crazy Adventure, which is an anime.
What the fuck is that?
Anime? It's a crazy... Yeah, I can't even explain it. It's just a really weird area. It's entertaining as all hell. But yeah, it's on Netflix. And then I ended up finally watched season 3 of Future Man on Hulu.
The fuck is that?
It's about, like, this guy named Josh Futterman that he beats a video game, and these 2 people come from the future because they think that he's going to be their savior. And the whole timeline gets fucked up. It's a funny, entertaining show. It's super funny. Okay. And, you would like it. If you watch it.
Is there anybody well-known in it?
You remember the mean blonde chick from Scrubs? The one with, like, the last seasons? That she was, like, really tough and cool?
Oh, yeah. She was also in, on that show, Happy Endings.
Yeah. She's one of the... She's, like, the most well-known person in it.
Okay.
Seth Rogen... Or not Seth Rogen. What's the fat one? What Seth is the fat one that's funny? That's in Pineapple Express. Is that Seth Rogen? No.
Seth Rogen, yeah.
Okay, it's Seth Rogen. Okay, I was thinking Joe Rogan. That's what I was thinking of. Yeah, Seth Rogen's in it. He's in the last season.
Okay.
Yeah, it's mainly like they've probably been in other like B-list people, but it's still a funny, entertaining show. Like they do so much crazy shit. Like in the future, like the guy's name is Leslie. They start laughing. He's like, listen. He's like, in my time, Leslie is a man's name, not a girl's name. And then, like, the one Marshall, like, her name is Mathers. He's like, Marshall Mathers. I knew you'd be back. It was so empty without you. And, like, there's so many references. It's hilarious. Like, it's a very funny show. But I think the next show I'm going to start watching is there's a show on Hulu where when you're going to die, if you're about to die, you can choose to be uploaded. And they upload your conscious into like a big simulation.
Kind of Kind of like that book that Ray Kurzweil wrote, The Age of the Spiritual Machine.
I don't know books, so maybe.
WTF?
But and that one good-looking guy's in it, the one that kind of looks like Zac Efron, but like his older cousin. Looks like that guy.
I don't know.
Like, if you see the guy, you know who I'm talking about. I don't forget his name. But I'm going to start watching. It's called Upload. I'm going to start watching that, I think. It looks pretty entertaining.
I've been watching Schitt's Creek.
Lauren just got into that. She's been watching that.
I've been hearing a lot about it for a while, and I love Eugene Levy. I think he's one of the funniest men who's ever lived. And, of course, Catherine O'Hara is amazing. And Eugene Levy's son and daughter are on it. I saw an interview recently with his son, and I'm like, you know what? I keep meaning to watch it, so I started. I'm on season 2 right now. It's fucking hilarious, dude.
The only part I really saw is one that when they first find that sign. He's like, "You find nothing wrong with this sign?" It's like, no, it's very popular place. And he's like, "Oh, I see it now." That was hilarious. Like, you don't see nothing wrong with the sign. Yeah, I didn't really watch it. Lauren got into it.
It's funny. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I may start watching it. I think she finished it. There's only, 3 seasons?
No, there's like 6.
3 or 4? Really? Wow, and she's blown through it then. So
the show just ended too. Well, they're short seasons. I think the longest season was like 10 episodes.
Wow.
And I don't even think the original run of the show was in the U.S. at all. I think it was all Canadian.
Oh, it's possible. Because I never heard of it until it was on Netflix.
Yeah, I heard of it a few years ago, and I had been meaning to watch it, never got around to it, you know. I watched a movie last night for the first time in a while. An older movie.
You watch?
Sliver.
Sliver?
With, it was Billy Baldwin, Sharon Stone, Tom Berenger. It's from like 92.
It sounds familiar.
Yeah, it was. You know, I gotta say, the movie holds up. It's still a good movie, and it got me to thinking, what the fuck ever happened to erotic thrillers? You know, there was a good run of them in the late 80s and all throughout, like, the 90s. And then all of a sudden they disappeared.
I think they turned into softcore porn.
No, because softcore porn was around at that time, too.
Yeah.
But, like, erotic thrillers, there was a lot of good ones.
Basic Instinct is one I can think of.
Basic Instinct.
What was the one with Demi Moore and Michael Douglas in it, where like she was a boss and she like sexually harassed him, but like everyone was calling him a pussy and didn't believe him?
Disclosure.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Diabolique was another good one. Yeah, there was 976 Evil. There's a lot of good ones.
The entire Emmanuel series.
The what?
Emmanuel series.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Softcore. It was softcore porn. You see it on
Skinamax.
On Skinamax, yeah.
Yeah.
See where Skinamax and the HBO are merging now?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, HBO Cinemax are merging.
You remember
both now.
You remember HBO's Real Sex?
Yeah.
Dude, that was the shit, man.
It was very, I used to think I could jerk off to it, but I ended up learning more than jerking off to it.
Right? It was great.
It
was great fat material for a middle schooler, man.
Yeah, but the interviews were the hilarious part. They were the best part.
Yeah.
And, like, the girls are always so open, and the guys were like, what? Like, they'd be all embarrassed or shocked to hear the girlfriend say this shit.
Yeah.
I used to like her. Like, I learned a lot from watching Real Sex.
Yeah, Real Sex was good. Then, like
occasionally, they'd have, like, a hot segment, but most of it was just, like, normal people, and they weren't really... And you're like, huh. Like, I have an erection, I'm rubbing it, but I'm learning something, too. Like, NG porno, you know? It's like education, but a porno.
Educational porno. It's kind of like that movie, that Girl Next Door. They made educational porno.
Yeah. I remember softcore used to do it for me. Now it's got to be like a distinct thing, like a flavor of the time, you know?
Softcore just, I don't think it would be able to do it for me these days.
I think if I haven't had sex in a couple weeks or I haven't jerked off in a couple weeks, I could do a softcore.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while.
Who was the one? Shannon Tweed? Is that the one who used to be in all of them?
Yeah, she used to do a lot of softcore porn.
Oh, she had a beautiful rack, man.
She's married to Gene Simmons.
Is she really?
Yeah, she still looks pretty good.
Yeah, some softcore, like, it was really about, like, even when you watched, it didn't seem dirty, you know? Like, some pornos are, like, dirty and rough. I don't like those ones.
Yeah.
I don't like the dirty, rough pornos. I like the softer ones. I
don't know.
You know,
I like it when the dudes bust on the chick's face.
Oh, I like that. But I mean, like, the roughness and, like, the degrading. I don't like the rough and degrading porno.
Why not?
You ever see those ones where, like, calling them a slut and a whore and shit?
Some chicks are into that, man.
I know. I'm not into that. I don't like the degrading ones.
You don't degrade your wife in the bedroom?
Oh, I don't want to get slapped. No way, man.
She's not into that?
You know, I've had a couple chicks who are into that, and it's weird to me.
Why is it weird?
I don't know. Like I appreciate, if you're willing to have sex with me, I appreciate it. I don't care if you're drunk or if I drugged you or not. I still appreciate it. I'm not appreciate it. It's like I've never been like that. Like, oh, you fucking whore, take it, you fucking slut. You know, I've never had to spice it up. I usually just let my penis do it for me, and it's usually good. It's always been good enough. There's been a couple of chicks who are like, stop dirtying me, call me a whore. I'm like, okay, whore. You know, it's like it scares them. Like, should I be doing it?
You gotta do it a certain way.
Yeah,
and you gotta be kind of dominant with it. You can't be a pussy and be like, oh, yes, you whore. You gotta be like, yeah, take it, you fucking slut.
Yeah.
Choke on that dick, bitch.
I've had those panties come up awfully fast for saying the wrong thing. The only time I keep my mouth shut is when I'm having sex or about to have sex. Because I don't want to run my mouth to fuck it up. Because I've cock blocked myself many times running my mouth.
How do you cock block yourself?
Oh, believe me, I have before. I've been led upstairs and then say one wrong thing in the bedroom beforehand or joke around about something stupid, and those panties come up awfully quick. I can't believe you would say that, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, well, I'm not getting laid now.
Yeah,
it's happened plenty of times.
I did have a chick get mad one time because I called her a slut. And she got up and walked out of the room, went to the bathroom. She came back and she was like, I can't believe you said that. I was like, sorry, I thought you'd be into something like that. And I was like, so does that mean we're done? She's like, well, you were expecting to get laid tonight, and I don't want to disappoint you. Just don't call me a slut again. Okay.
Slut?
The best part, though, is there was two people downstairs in the living room that heard the whole exchange. And they thought it was hilarious.
Is that slut still here? It's funny. It's like the thing, I saw a thing of Louis C.K. the other day. He was talking about that he took a waitress home at one of the clubs he was working. And the whole time, like, he was trying to grab her ass and get her hand straight, and she kept pushing her away. So he kind of just ended the night. And the next night, she was like, how come, I thought I was going to go, why didn't you have sex with me last night? And he was like, because she kept shoving away. She goes, no, I like a guy to take charge and kind of take it from me. And he's like, I can't do that. Like, I can't be with a girl, like, on the off chance she likes to be raped, just go for it. She's like, it doesn't work that way. Oh, it's funny. He delivers it better than I do. But it's hilarious. The same thing. Like I've been just like, I want you to choke me. I don't want to choke you. Like, what if I choke too hard? What if I don't, what if I don't let go in time?
Some chicks are really into the whole choking thing. I've been with a few. You got to do it just right. You can't, like, choke them like you want to kill them.
You can't, stuff like that you shouldn't pull out on, like, a one-night stand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to be able to trust someone to do. If you're going to have sex escapades, you need to have a partner that you've been training with for a while.
Not necessarily. I've had some craziness with some one-night stands.
Yeah. If it's like I'm just trying to give you the best sex I can normally, so you'll do it again. That's it. That's what the first lay is always about. It's your representative showing, hey, this is what I can do. Because the first time, you always last like at least 5 minutes longer than you normally do. Because the excitement, I always do. And then the second time, I'm like, 2 minutes, I'm taking a nap.
You know what I'm always impressed with myself? My ability to last forever during a threesome. You would think that you'd be way more excited and you'd fucking bust early, right? For some reason.
I would think it'd be too complicated. I would be trying to calculate shit too much.
Like, I remember my first one. The whole time, I'm just like, oh shit, like this... Like, the beginning of it, I'm like, this is so hot watching these two chicks go at it. Then they come over and, work on me. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking come early. It lasted a few hours, and the girls are like, you can come whenever you want. I'm like, I've been trying. Like, I was hard. I'm like, I'm hard the whole time. I guess maybe my brain is wanting me to not disappoint these two women at the same time. I don't know. That's why I think it's confusing. Like, it probably throws you off. I don't know. All right. Well, I think it's time we wrap things up for the week. Yeah. Yeah. No barricade the doors. Stand guard. So, in case you don't know, you can listen to us on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, CastBox, Deezer, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, TuneIn, Listen Notes, Pod Paradise, and YouTube. You can email the show at planetchaosradio@gmail.com. We're on Instagram as Planet Chaos Radio. YouTube is also Planet Chaos Radio. And Twitter is at Planet Chaos _. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat, Brandyn _Chaos. And Tumblr is Brandyn-Chaos. You can also find Planet Chaos on Facebook. Give us a like. Well, I actually listened to the show last week on YouTube. It actually sounded pretty good. Yeah, good. Awesome. Yeah, I checked it out. Good. Yeah, I was really hoping we wouldn't spend the whole show talking about the riots, but it kind of turned out that way. Right now. It's what's happening. So But hopefully next week we have some new and interesting things to talk about. So we will catch you guys all again. Well, actually, not next week because we were talking about doing 2 episodes a week.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we do another show on like Thursday or Friday, something like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too.
So instead of we'll catch you next week, we'll catch you guys later this week. So goodbye for now.
Help me sing my song. Mr. Weed Man, won't you fill my bong? Mr. Weed Man, I need some relaxation. Mr. Weed Man, don't do me wrong. Like Bob Marley, I'ma smoke it till my brain is gone. Mr. Weed Man, don't you roll with rock? Mr. Weed Man, I need that medication. But I don't really know what you got to roll. Hoping that you pull out some fire no. Got my own lighter, you know I can match a bowl. Hoping that you're waiting with the joint after the show. Everybody solo! Know what you got to roll. Hoping that you pull out some fire no. Got my own lighter, you know I can match a bowl. Hoping that there are no bubbles breaking our windows. But I don't really know what you got to roll. Hoping that you pull out some fire no. Got my own lighter, you know I can match a bowl. Hoping that you're waiting with the joint after the show.